Okay, welcome back to our Coriolis, the Third Horizon campaign. We are running the Mercy of the Icons, which is the official campaign. This will be the last episode that'll be on this YouTube channel. This campaign is moving over to my other channel, Bandit Keep Actual Play. There's a link in the description. So the crew of the Sacred Oasis has been pursuing the emissary amongst other mystics who have been kidnapped, and they found themselves now at the party, the betrothal party of the son of Leo de Kazaa, the slumber prince who is a known smuggler and slaver. And currently there is a dance going on, and the party is trying to figure out, I guess, whether or not he's keeping the people here or more clues as to their whereabouts. So we'll go through and have you guys intro your characters. We'll start with Rush. Tell us about your character, Rush.
So I am playing Dimitri, the data gen slash hacker type. Um, Still the newest member of the crew at this point. He's found himself a home with these folks after leaving life working in a floating shipyard in the Yastapol system, and yeah, just got tired of it and wanted to try his hand at becoming a spacefaring swashbuckler, having seen all the stories, watched the movies, read the books, all that stuff. And he's hooked in with a crowd that, well, to be quite honest, seems to fit exactly that mold. So um, he's been enjoying himself, and he's just kind of hoping he can continue to be a an asset to the team. And currently, he is with the rest of the group trying to infiltrate a party, dressed as a waiter, and the half crazy pilot who talked him into trying dressing up like a waiter and sneaking in seems to have disappeared. So now he's just like, oh God, what do I do now? And that is Dimitri.
Just keep serving the baklava. Uh,
Yes.
all right, Mike, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Saeed. Saeed is the gunner of the Sacred Oasis. Uh, he is a longtime companion of Amira. Used to be professionally her bodyguard. He's a former medic um, with Allegiance, but decided to get out of that and become a mercenary, and eventually got into bodyguarding, and has since found a home on Sacred Oasis. Right now, he's kind of bristling. Uh, all his antennae are up, as he knows there seems to be quite a bit of momentum going on around him, and he is uncertain of things that are going, and he would rather have a little more understanding of the events that are surrounding him, but he's willing to surf the unknown too. So right now he's on high alert, and that's Saeed.
Fair enough. Uh, Crystal, tell us about your character.
I play Cyrus Toima. She is a scientist, technician. She's basically like the engineer for the group. Um, and she is dressed up kind of fancy for this party, like more fancy than she would normally get. Uh, she was gonna try and make a date with another engineer nerd, but that person seems to no longer be around at the moment. So now she's just sort of waiting for their next move, not really knowing what to expect. Um, so she takes some wine from a platter and she twirls it with her robotic arm. And yeah, that is Cyrus Toima.
Excellent. And last but not least, Dickie, tell us about your character.
I play Amira. She's the captain of the Sacred Oasis, and Saeed, as he said, is like a brother to her, as he was her bodyguard when she was a courtesan in her former life. Although she has been able to use some of those connections to help the group at times, and she's right now a little frustrated because they couldn't get back to the place where she believes they have to go. And she's wondering now if they need to try again or if she needs to go and talk to Leod, who seems rather distracted, like he's looking for something. And she's wondering if what he's looking for is not what Cyrus heard come up on the elevator, but never emerged. So that's kind of where she is right now. She's very interested in finding her niece. So that's Amira.
Excellent. So yeah, so currently, as noted, there is a dance happening. The Marok, who is the son of Gizar, and Theta, who he's being betrothed to, are doing. There's kind of a traditional dance where they kind of dance at a distance from each other, where dancers, like a troop of dancers, kind of dance around inside, and they slowly move closer to each other as they go through the process. It's loud, it's exciting. People are watching and fairly distracted, which is why I think you guys made your move last time, but not very effectively. As they're moving in, and as noted, right, Leod is watching, and you did notice the last time that he does seem distracted, even though he's watching the dance. He's kind of, you can notice that he's kind of looking around. So, what are you guys up to at this point?
Well, what do you say? Do we make another attempt? Do we try the other side? Or do we just bide our time?
Well, people are distracted right now with the dancing.
Yeah.
I really think this is our time. I'm just not sure how to go about it. We could try the other side.
Yes. Now, did they say they were floating these things out?
Floating.
Wasn't this
Floating which things? Sorry, I may have said that.
uh,
I say a lot of things.
what was there a passage under here that was water?
Oh,
Daniel?
that's what you're talking about. Indeed.
Yeah.
Right. Right. They had said that they brought him in on barges underneath. There's a river that runs underneath. Well, it's like a what would you call it? Like basically, there's the river and then it breaks off and goes under and then comes back up.
Right.
There is a word for it that has slipped my mind, but you know what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed, there's water underneath.
Exactly. So
I mean, it's currently a palace, so it's not used that often. But
right.
this palace area. Well, actually, everybody can roll culture to see what you might know about this. If you want to know that you might know some of the history of this area, anybody who has culture, that is. So not Ramon.
Ramon does have one culture now.
Oh, that's right. He took one.
So with me serving the baklava or whatever, am I actually have I been able to make my way into the room where they are?
The main room of the party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like where Amira
Yeah.
and all them are. Okay.
Yeah, you're in the same space as they are. I mean, you're kind of you can either continue to go back and forth, or you can kind of just make sure you keep enough baklava on your tray to not have to leave again. But yeah, you can see.
Yeah.
You would actually. What did I close roll 20? No, there it is. You had actually seen her for a minute before, and she took something off your tray,
Okay.
and such. Yeah, and then you guys went into that other area. Then you came back out. So yeah, I mean you're back out. Sorry. So anybody with culture can roll to see if they have any successes to know about this area.
Yeah, I don't.
I
have any.
I got one success.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Limited
I
success.
think we all did.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know specifically about this building per se, but you do know that this general area was kind of, initially as they built up, this was kind of like your warehousey area. And then, as suburbs do, right, it pushed the industry out further. So initially, this was this area, which is why there's these waterways, was part of the warehousing district. But now, of course, it's used very rarely um, because they're now turned to residential. Although it obviously still exists, you don't know how active it is, if at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe we are too focused on going down when we should just take a stroll outside and get a little wet.
That could be an idea. um,
Or we can go down.
no, do you think it would be strange if we left now during the bride and groom's formal betrothal dance?
Well, no stranger than us disappearing to go down the elevator.
True.
Did they maybe like have that we could see like a balcony that looks out like over the water?
No, I mean the waterway here is not like something that you would look at like for a view. It's like a
Okay.
concrete
Yeah,
the word won't leave my mind. It's basically like a passage. It's ugly essentially. It's basically just used to bring
Like a
cargo in and out.
causeway.
Like a causeway, right? Exactly. It'd be like looking out onto like the highway, like it's not like a pretty riverfront. It's more like just
gotcha. Okay.
That might be our best bet, though.
Yeah, but I'm just throwing out options.
No, we need options for sure.
Yeah, if you wanted to get outside,
Well-
you would. I mean, except for the waiter, of course, who could go out the way you came. You could walk right out the front door through all the security again.
Yeah.
But you definitely would not be. You wouldn't be able to do that discreetly, obviously.
And look behind our screen, the screen that we were at before. Is our friendly security guard still standing there?
Oh, you'd have to go all the way back because you're in a different room now.
Oh, we are.
Remember, you
Okay.
guys moved into the banquet hall.
Into the banquet hall again.
Yeah, you could go back. I mean, you could walk back. There is security there though. So like, you're in this large banquet hall, and there's some guards stationed to basically back out through the atrium, which is where you came. So there are guards there, yes, but you don't see that screening section. That's further back.
Oh, I meant back towards like the kitchens where
Oh,
we had.
oh. Oh, well, you tried to sneak in before?
yes.
Make an infiltration.
Yeah. Oh, learned to success.
Limited. Okay, hold on. Let's see if they're there or not. I'll just do it's basically a what do you call it? Challenged
Yes.
infiltration. My words are not working today. Problem to have when you're the thing.
It does that stuff.
Yeah, you see them there. They're looking. They're hanging out in that area.
Okay.
There are, but as I think somebody mentioned, there are other ways there are other, side entrances you see people coming and going from. Of course, you don't know if you'd be able to get back to that exact elevator, but for instance,
Right.
Dimitri came through a different one. Well, it was on the other side of the room, and of course, Dimitri could walk through because he's a waiter. So yeah, if you want to wait it out, the guard will eventually leave. But the dance is, getting closer to the end. So,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I'm fearing.
Yeah. Yeah. So without something
Okay.
to move the guard away from there, you won't be able to get through while the dance is still going on. Just,
Okay.
mechanically or whatever.
Saeed, couldn't you do just like some cool soldier thing and like knock the guard out real fast?
Why don't I just go talk to him? I'll just go
Yeah.
talk to him.
I don't know. I mean, like I tried talking to him before. He didn't respond very well.
That was a different guy.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you want us to both go talk to him, or do you just want to handle this?
Let me just try. I mean, why don't I just try? It's supposed to, I can talk a little differently sometimes, right?
Are we gonna talk to him, or are we gonna talk to him?
We're gonna talk to him.
Yes. Okay. Well, I will keep eyes on you then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the guard.
Okay. Yeah, he's standing there, leaning against the wall. He's, eyeballing, making sure that he's watching the dance. Obviously, he's interested in it.
Right. Yeah, I'll just go up and I'll kind of give him my mirror smile, and I'll
You buy a skull
I'll say
smile.
exactly. And I'll say, Leo seems to be looking for something. I think he might be looking for you. Why don't you go see what he wants?
Oh, I don't think so. Why would he be looking for
Oh.
me? The dance is going on.
Because I just think that you are important and you should go see what he wants. Can I roll it?
Oh, you want to use your magic power?
Yes.
Oh no, you can
Yeah,
just
we
use
need to
it on
get
him.
down.
Yeah, he's just a
Huh?
regular. He's a mook. You can just go just work against him. I will get a darkness point though.
Or I could roll straight manipulation on him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, I mean, you'll have to be a little bit more manipulative than that, but yes.
But I think you can give a darkness point. I think I'm just gonna do it because we need to get down there.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you can do that. So he
So-
says, I think you're right. Actually, he turns and starts walking over there. And just as he does, since you gave me that nice darkness point that I could use, Dimitri, you are walking with your plate of food and such when a clearly intoxicated, clearly hegemonist, rich, young, probably your age, but clearly could buy and sell you 100 times over, smashes into you, knocking you over onto the ground. Then he looks down at you and begins to curse at you for getting food on his outfit.
I immediately pull a towel out and offer to help. Offer it to him, offer to help clean him up. I tell him that I can fetch one of the people from the back if he would wish it, and that I am so sorry for my aberrant clumsiness.
How dare you talk to me? And he strikes you across the face, or he tries to, anyways. Unless you want to resist it.
I would like. So I would
Would
try
you like
to
get
duck.
into a melee with it? Okay. Oh, so you do want? Okay.
No, I don't want to get in a melee. I would like duck and like put my hands up and be like, I don't want to let him just hit me in the face, but I would back off with my hands up in front,
Okay.
going, no, please, no.
All right, so you're gonna defend yourself. Okay, fair enough.
Throw myself at his mercy is more what I was thinking.
Right, but you gotta defend yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm
Okay,
gonna try and slip.
I mean, assuming that he
yeah.
even hits you, he has to score a hit, of course.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if he. But you're just gonna defend yourself. You're not gonna. I mean, we're not gonna roll initiative. Basically, he's just gonna.
Mm-mm.
All right, well, he's actually 6 dice.
I'm not going to strike him back.
All right. Oh. Yeah, he whacks you. You can, in fact,
It's probably for the best.
you have to. Yeah, it is causing a distraction. Of course, you're part of the distraction.
Well,
You
plus, he'll get the
could.
satisfaction of hitting me. So,
Well, you could. You need to test melee combat.
okay.
Yep, because if you right, that's how that works.
Let me get my.
Because you can defend, which you have to test. Yep. Okay.
All right. Is there
We
any
compare-
positives on this? Because I have a
Nope, just-
positive 2. Okay.
Why we have a positive 2 for?
Because I had a positive 2 from the last time I pulled my sheet up, and it saves
Oh.
whatever you had in there last.
No.
So I just want to make sure.
No. You need basically
melee.
1 in order to, and then you can.
Where the hell is melee?
It's one of the normal skills, the average skills. What do we call it?
Oh, the
Standard
one
skills.
cleverly labeled as melee combat. Okay. All right, here we go.
Reaction.
Yes. Oh,
No. Yeah, he whacks.
gets
So
me.
you get smacked.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
See, you take a. You only get 1 success, so you take a point of damage. I think for unarmed is 1 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So you take a point of damage, and and then he says guards, and you see some of the guards start to come over, and there's definitely a commotion going on. So yeah, you hear as your guards walking away, you hear somebody yell guards. I mean, obviously Saeed and Cyrus, you see this going on as well. What's everybody want to do at this point?
Oh God, I don't know.
I'll motion to Amira to go. Yeah. Cyrus to go.
The lad's got to learn one way or another.
Yeah.
Kick him out of the nest. Time to fly.
Okay, so do you motion and then you're going with her, or you motion and you're going back to help? Dimitri?
I am waiting to see how bad he gets enveloped.
Okay, so right, so all right, you're gonna wait to see what happens. All right, how about
But
Cyrus?
yeah, I want to at least get them going down the hallway.
Okay.
All right. I'll nod at Saeed, and under my breath, I'm like, "Oh, buy the icons, Dimitri," and we'll go through
Gotta use those
him
dark
to the
points.
hall.
I mean, you keep giving them to me. Cyrus, are you following, or what's your plan?
Yeah, Cyrus is gonna follow Amira and Saeed.
Okay, well, Saeed's standing there.
Oh, what? Wait, you know what? No, actually, I won't because Dimitri is actually my buddy.
Mhm.
So, I'm actually Cyrus is actually going to like kind of like saunter up and say, "Why is good help always so hard to find?"
Saeed's out of here.
All right. Okay, so you're gonna go up and try to get between the noble and Dimitri, and Saeed's going to shoot through the door with Amira into the hallway.
Yeah.
Into the elevator. Okay. Okay. Um. You can do that. So you come up and you say that. Are you, what's your intent there? To do what? You say that and.
For now, I'm just kind of trying to like maybe distract him a little bit, like just try and sort of get on his good side if I can. I don't necessarily have a plan.
Okay, so you're just distracting the noble. All right, good. Roll
Yeah, so I'm
manipulation.
just trying to like,
What's Dimitri doing, by the way? You
roll
just
what?
got smacked. Manipulation.
Okay.
And what's your plan, Dimitri? You heard him call for the guards. Are you sticking around?
Yeah, because I mean, if I just take off running, that's not gonna. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
you
trying
could.
to-
Right. If you take, just so you know mechanically, so you know, if you try to like get, I remember there's a big dance going on, and there's a lot of stuff. You could try to get away by rolling infiltration, an opposed infiltration, to try to like get through a door and hide. But obviously, like if you fail, then yeah, running away doesn't always have the best. Doesn't always look the
No,
best.
yeah.
But
My,
that's the mechanical stakes. Clearly, the manipulation is of Cyrus is not working, and the guy
Yeah.
he the noble guy kind of eyeballs Cyrus.
Although I do have a high agility, I only have 1 in infiltration. Um,
To you.
so it's either try and run away or try and do the whole, 1,000 pardons, and I'm just a lowly shipyard worker. Um,
That's right.
you know, uh, I don't know which one of these.
Yeah,
is
and if
gonna
you
work
want that to
best.
work and not like have the guards physically pull you out of there, which is what they're going to do, then
Yeah.
that would be a manipulation test.
Yeah, I'm probably better trying to run away
Okay.
than manipulate, because my empathy is horrible. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, so the guards are on their way over, and like the rich guy's right there.
Yeah, I mean he's
and I'm
yelling, right? Exactly. He's yelling for the guards,
Yeah.
but obviously the dance is going on, so they're not getting there exactly super quick. But yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, oh, 1,000 pardons, I am so sorry, and then I'm gonna look past him, and I'm gonna be like, by the mercy of the gods, what is that? And I'm gonna point behind him, and then hopefully he's gonna turn, and as soon as he turns, I'm gonna duck and try and weave through the crowd. So does he duck and duck to look behind him, or does he, or not?
That would be a manipulation test.
Really, I gotta manipulate him to.
Well,
Okay,
if you make the manipulation test, then you'll get a bonus on your infiltration. If you don't make it, then you won't get a bonus, and you're just gonna run.
Okay.
Hide
Here we go. Here we go. Boom.
Oh my god!
That was
Yeah, +2.
2
All right, so-
successes.
Wow.
Yeah. So go ahead and you can do +2 on your infiltration.
So as soon as he turns around to see what the heck's going on behind him, I'm going to try to infiltrate out of there with limited success.
With 2 successes, okay. So that's opposed to his observation. What's observation? Is that wits? It is, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Just so you know,
Yep.
in case it matters, I'm going to duck and like weave my way, try to go over to where I saw the others going down into the thing,
Fair
because
enough.
I don't want to be by myself anymore.
All right. Yeah. No. He looks. He's like he's like, huh? What? Huh? And he turns back, and you're gone. And he just like he stares at Cyrus. Did you take off too while he turned, Cyrus, or are you standing there?
Yeah, I would also like to try and like saunter off back into the party.
Okay. If you want to get through that door, like without anybody seeing you, you'll need to make an infiltration. If you're going to
Okay,
where everybody else
I'll-
is. Yeah. I mean, they didn't get anything, so you just have to get one to be 100% unseen.
Okay. I'll pray.
Okay. Okay. So you can't be sure that nobody saw you. You know, you can see he's looking at you. Whether or not he cares where you go is a whole different thing. But the guards don't see you, but this guy may have, as you kind of go through the back. Strangely, he didn't see. Well, he saw where you went. He didn't see you go through the back. 'Cause you're in a big, large space, and he didn't get any observation. He didn't actually get any observation. So, well, I guess he should roll. Yeah. All right. So, all right, man. I started that with no darkness. I got a darkness. I used it. And I got another one. You guys just feed me so much darkness. I love it.
From me, I prayed to try and
Yeah.
successfully infiltration.
I'm not giving him
No.
crap.
No, you're not. You're well done. Yeah. It's so perfect too because that's like one of the scenes, and it's supposed to be actually just a general waiter, and you're supposed to be in the middle of it. But I'm like, you're dressed as a waiter; it's happening to you.
There you go.
So yeah, you pop through through that door, and a couple seconds later, Dimitri's shoots through. And a few seconds later, Cyrus kind of saunters through slowly. And you're in that hallway. It's like a long hallway. It goes down with a couple, you go down a bit and you can see there's a hallway going left to right. And then in front of you is an elevator. And it only goes down and it's got 2 floors.
I squirt through the door and immediately look at Amira and Saeed, and I say, Rahman left me alone, and I think I probably need an adult. So, and I
Yes.
immediately start taking off the waiter's jacket.
When Cyrus comes in, she'll say, "I think whatever we're gonna do, we need to do it really fast because I can't be sure that that they don't know we're here now."
Okay. Now, did you say we passed like a kitchen in that, or just hallway?
No, not on this side. This is always. You come
Okay.
down. You go down to like a T section. Well, it's next, I guess.
Right.
It only goes a little bit further than the T section. That's where the elevator is, and there is a little
Right.
bit of space on either side of it, as we discussed last time. But at the T section, you just see hallways going down. That's probably some kind of living quarters, or probably for servants' living quarters. You would imagine this area
Right.
because it's quiet.
Okay. So the elevator?
The elevator.
I'll
Okay.
act like a doorman.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you press the button, it opens up because it probably hasn't moved since Cyrus originally saw it because it got to that floor and then never opened. It opens up. It's a decently sized elevator, not like a 100% commercial freight elevator, but one that you definitely know you could bring stuff in and out of, like kind of like a servant type elevator. It's not. It doesn't have like the beautiful cloth lining and stuff of some of the other elevators you might see. It's kind of just very, very utilitarian. And as you go into it, you can see that there's just there's 3 buttons basically: the floor that you're on, and then there's sub-level 2 and 1.
Going down?
Yes, go down. I think we should go down as far as we can, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Boink.
Yeah. You press the button and the door closes. The music is like it's elevator music. Everybody's just staring
Is
at
it
each
the
other.
girl from Ipanema?
The girl from Ipanema is playing. And then ding, it stops at 1 floor. An old lady gets out. No, it doesn't stop. It goes all the way down to the bottom. And as soon as the door opens, you see out in you smell, I should say, the this kind of like a damp odor, kind of moldy, very basement, if you will. You smell kind of almost like almost like rotted seaweed smell, and yeah, you can see. Oh, actually, there's the elevator right there. You see to your left as you come out of the elevator, there is at the very end there's an altar against the wall. It is well, I just say that the one corridor ends in an anonymous door that's in front of you, beside which an alcove houses a wooden dancer statue on a makeshift altar surrounded by little bowls of dried fruit and sticks of burning incense. So to your left, you see that little statue in kind of the alcove, wooden dancer statue, some bowls. This is not uncommon. To your right, there's a set of stairs going up, and directly in front of you, there is a door, and it has a keypad lock on it.
Well,
You want me to try and get that door open?
I was just about to ask, yes, if you would be so kind, darling.
Is
You
there
can test. Good.
is there an elevator stop on this? That
Oh,
can
so
just
it won't
click
go.
a door? Yeah.
There's 2 elevators here. So you imagine one only goes up 1 floor, or if you were to look at it, you would see that it only has 1 button going up.
Right.
Just so you know that there's 2 elevators, but only one goes to where you were. Sure, why not? that makes sense because it's a commercial elevator. They would have some kind of way to hold it. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can press a button, it'll hold it.
Yeah. I'll flick it on.
Nice. Give $5 to the elevator operator. Oh, I didn't mention he was there. No, I'm just kidding.
Huh?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like I
Pat
said,
him on
it's-
the head.
All right. Yeah. You could test either datagen or technology. This is a straight test, regular test.
Okay. Hey, Dimitri, can you give me a hand with this? I just need you to put your finger right here.
Okay.
You have technology, right?
Yeah, I should.
Okay, so I get a +1.
Let me double check it. I do have one technology, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Good lord.
wow.
It'll never lock again.
Oh, thank you, Dimitri. I told you that was exactly what I needed. That one finger right there.
So actually, this is good. You realize as you're doing this that you could have very easily bypassed it. You're like, this is a really simple lock. And then you kind of notice something in the, you were using technology, right? You notice there's an extra wire, and as you kind of follow it up, you realize it was actually an alarm system as well that needed a critical success to see. So you, and to disarm. So you disarmed the alarm system as well.
Oh,
Well
It
done.
was a good thing you put your finger there. You actually pointed right to this wire, which would have set off an alarm system.
You were like, hold the wire. He holds the other one. You're like, yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, there's the door, which now can be opened in front of you.
Your skills become more impressive every day, my crew.
I just start pointing with my finger like it's a gun.
Good leadership and all, And then, like, I kind of whispered to Dimitri, I'm trying to get a raise.
Well, would you like to be first through the door, Saeed?
Sure.
Normally he does that because he's in full body armor and weaponed up. Nobody has any. Well, actually, that's not true. Somebody has a weapon. Mira has a fan, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Mira
Ramon
has
gave
her
it to me.
fan.
Yeah.
But
Ramon,
he usually wants
who's
to be, but he doesn't have to be. I'll go through.
Ramon, who's up top,
No.
eating baklava, is the only one that has a weapon. He's got it strapped to his thigh.
I thought I had my stun pistol too because I
Oh,
never
that's right.
did get.
Yeah, you strapped
Yeah,
it to
I
your
never
thigh.
got. Yeah, I never got to the part where they searched me.
Yeah, no, that's right. You and Ramon both had weapons duct taped to the inner parts of your thighs. So yeah, you were also armed.
Yeah. No, I'll walk through.
Yeah. So
Carefully.
you open the door. It's a standard kind of door. You turn the handle and walk in, and no alarm goes off, which is nice. You're looking into a relatively small room, especially for people on the surface. And Coriolis wouldn't be maybe that small, but it's a pretty small apartment. It is a sparsely furnished room. It holds a simple bed in an alcove in the wall. A simple bed in an alcove in the wall. A weird way to say it. It holds a simple bed in an alcove in the wall. There's some worn rugs on the floor. It's a table and a low divan, and plus there's a little kitchenette area in the corner and a few cupboards. But as soon as you open the door, you can see though that directly across from you there's another door. It looks like a garage door type, but it's actually pulled open. And you can't see that much into it because you're just looking down. You can see that leads into some kind of workspace, you would imagine. And you can just see the edge of a couple of stasis beds in there. That's a much bigger room. In addition, there's a doorway which would be to your left as you come in. So you come in the room, all the ways on the edge of the room next to the bed, basically, there's a doorway. And then directly across, that one's closed. Directly across from me, there's a garage door that's open. And in that room, you can see you can see the corners of stasis beds. Oh, and also I guess you can see another garage door, but it is closed, that one, directly across. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Okay. I'll make sure that I point to all the doors that people can see.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy to. You don't see anybody though so far.
Whenever we all get inside, like I don't know if we're going in now, but when we do, I just want to say I would like to shut the door behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think we need to go in if we can see stasis beds.
okay. So you go into the main, like that little sparse living area and close the door behind you. Do you just want to walk through the garage door into the space?
I'm going to
No.
stay by the other door,
Okay. The unknown door.
the unknown door.
Okay. And what do the rest of you
No,
do?
I'm just gonna kind of not gonna just walk through the door. I'm going to kind of look
She's-
in
She's going
carefully.
to tell Saeed to do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you to do it.
I didn't know if you want to pull a
No.
Luna. All right, yeah, no. So you walk up and you kind of peek through. I'll get you. Okay, so an open garage door from the first room connects a larger hall with a crane on rails in the ceiling and high shelving lining the walls. In the back, another large door leads. Well, you don't know where it leads, but it leads out, obviously. So essentially, there's this large door, and then there's a crane that obviously goes out the door and then comes in to bring things in and out, which is probably how the stasis bed's in there. Let's see. You can see the smell of seaweed and stuff is stronger in this room. Let's see. So let's see. It says the workshop room is packed full of empty stasis units. There's 8 metal cages in the far corner. Let's see. Vats of coolant liquid, which are from the beds, are stacked on in piles. Some of it's kind of spilt over, and you can see you see the corrosive mess all over the ground. There is activity in one of the cages. You can see that there's a prisoner in one of the cages. The cage is 4 cages. The one all the ways closest to the furthest away from you, basically. There seems to be someone in there hunched over, and you hear gnawing sounds. If you want any
Gnawing
more
sound.
without, if you want any more without going in, you'll need to roll observation.
Okay.
Oh, you can obviously just go in there. What you want to do?
What's
All
that
right.
noise?
Sounds like somebody's chewing.
Indeed.
Did you say chewing?
Yeah, chewing.
Yeah, that's
I'm
afraid she said
wondering,
that too.
wondering if it's a person or one of those
Nectra?
extra. Yeah. Because if it's a person, it sounds like they've gone a little feral. But if they've been stuck in a cage, there are cages in there, my love.
Okay. Dimitri, you want to stand by this door? Anybody opens it? You want to stun them?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
pull out my stun gun.
Yeah, it's a little painful as you rip the hairs off the inner part of your thigh.
Hey, you know.
The
Next
mod is
time,
way too
darling, you
cheap to buy the good duct tape.
You really should shave that area first.
Well, you know, it was my first time.
Yeah. He's learning. I will. I'll duck under the door and we'll scurry through there.
Okay. So as you're looking into the room, immediately to your left, there's a workbench set up, and you can see sitting on the workbench is a tabula, as well as other assorted pieces of machinery or whatever pieces, most likely of the stasis bed or some kind of like inspection. You'd have to look at them to know more, but some tools like you might use, like advanced tools, basically.
Okay.
That's immediately to your left. Just beyond that are these 4 cages, 3 of which are empty, and all of them have essentially a small, dirty mattress on the ground and a bucket. And the 4th one has the same, except there's somebody hunched over in dirty clothes, ripped up clothes, kind of gnawing on something. And then to your right, you see the stasis beds stacked up and that you had seen, and 2 of them at least are humming.
2 of them are humming.
Yep, like they're active.
Okay.
Basically.
well, part of me just goes intel, intel, intel. I'm going to grab the tabula
Yep.
and I'm going to quick run that back to them before I recon further.
Cool.
So I'll I'll make sure our engineers are working on that before.
We have our engineers working on this one. That's fine. You can hand it
Yeah.
back to him.
I would if I saw him with it, I would immediately like stick my hands out and say, "Oh, let me check it."
Okay.
And then I'll head back. Is this this humanoid in the cage?
Yeah, I want to
Uh,
go there too.
What about that?
All right, perfect.
Them.
You can do a datagen, just a straight datagen test to crack the tabula. It's not too difficult, just a regular tab.
You want me to
test.
help with that?
Oh, I mean, yeah, you look at it with me, and then I'll power it up and
Yeah, so you
see
get a
what
+1 if Cyrus is helping you.
All right.
Wow,
Nice.
you guys are on fire. All right, good. Yeah, you
You
pop
need me
that
to
up.
put my finger here, right?
Yeah. Well, I roll 11 dice for that one, so
It is your specialty.
Wow.
Yeah. So you are the Amira of Datagen.
yeah.
As you guys approach Saeed and Amira, I mean obviously that takes time, so you guys are doing that while you're you start to make out now because it's moving and you can see the shoulders and the hunch thing, and you can see that this thing is quite, it definitely has hair in it, and you can tell, you can creep up on it because it's not really paying attention. It's definitely a Necra. It is in terrible condition. It is incredibly thin. The clothing that's on it are torn to pieces. You see other uh, scraps of clothing, stains of blood on the ground, and bones. It seems to be gnawing on a bone, but it looks like it's like essentially starved. It's really skinny and drawn. It doesn't even react at all. Would you know, as you get really close to it. And it looks like it's been beaten or possibly in a fight or something, because it's got all these like you can see like septic infected wounds on its shoulder and back where the clothes are ripped.
Right. This doesn't look like any of the Nectra that we know, right?
No, it does not. I mean, yeah, superficially only, but it's definitely not
Yeah.
your friend there.
It's not Frax.
Not
Not
Frax, no.
Frax.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
People-
poor Frax.
Well, you know, darling, those who would treat animals this, or not animals, but those who treat some human beings this way will treat all beings this way. I fear for what else we may find.
Yeah. So there's 2 stasis pods over there that are humming.
Yeah. Okay, so since you're talking, I'm just gonna see if she notices you. Oh, hell yeah! You start talking, and then the ears prick up, and there's this Necroc turns, and you can actually see that one of the eyes is like completely like, it looks like maybe there was an infection from like a head wound, and it kind of just like puffy and green and slimy. And she turns, and you can see that she's her teeth are like broken, and she's chewing this bone that looks probably like a human bone. And she starts to kind of growl and runs to the edge of the cage and starts to like shake it wildly. But you can tell by the amount of shaking that's happening, this thing is definitely like weakened. And you also notice that it's because you've been in close contact with Necro in the past. It doesn't normally, a Necro would have like claws. You don't see any claws on the hands at all. In fact, you see scars all over the hands. So it looks like it's been declawed. And it's quite mad.
Aha.
Someone might hear her or it.
Yeah.
It's making town.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Well, shall we stun her?
Oh, I hate to do that when I don't know if I can talk to her. Not in a mean way, just go kind of stand
I don't think I could soothe her. Not in this
Yeah.
state.
Yeah, you would need, if you want to try to like talk the creature into more calm, you need to have a critical in manipulation at this point.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try it because I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I will say, I got my dice. I'll say, shh, quiet now. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt you, darling. One. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
Wow.
it seems to be recognized that you're not obviously the whoever has been torturing it. It drops the bone, and you know that they can barely speak. The tongue of man. So it kind of like and starts coughing.
Is there anything in the kitchen here? In the apartment?
You're asking the
Oh.
creature?
I'm asking Saeed if he's,
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I
No,
was
no,
gonna
no.
say, I
Yes,
know what
actually.
she was asking.
No, I know. Just kidding.
Oh, cabana boy. Here we go. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'll go to the kitchen.
Okay.
And I will just continue to talk, in a soothing way. I'm sorry they did this to you. No creature deserves this treatment, kind of a thing.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that it's quite, like I said, not only was it beaten and injured terribly, it's definitely probably would die over time without some kind of like a metacurgy done to it from the infections and such. But yes, there is food, so you could get food. And while you're running out to get the food, there are two tech peoples. Okay, you find on this thing miscellaneous notes about stasis units and spare part orders, as well as a manifest listing all pods that have passed through the palace. The manifest lists 25 pods with black markings, of which 6 has been classified as damaged in transit, and 13 white marked pods that are included with 4 damaged in transit. Let's see. The manifest also states that 52 Soji slaves have been delivered from Atir, if you remember, as compensation for the damaged goods. Yeah, that's all that's on there. And there is food. So obviously you guys see Said kind of come out and start rifling through the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm looking for high protein, low density.
Yeah, we'll say there's some fish or meat or something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can bring it back to the creature who takes it if you hand it to. I mean, it's probably a little bit like,
I'm just gonna,
right.
I'm going to give it to her slowly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
I mean, she grabs it and tries to get it as quickly and starts to as much best as she can. But she takes it and like kind of goes back into the corner and.
Yeah. I will look at Saeed and I'll say, thank you.
Yep.
It's the most we can do, I think, for the poor creature. Shall we check the stasis pods now that she's calm?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you can check them. Let's see. You could make a +1 metacurgy or technology tests if you'd like.
I'll go with metacurgy.
Okay.
Yeah.
+1.
+1, yep. An easy metacurgy technology test like that. There you go. Wow,
Nice.
you guys are on fire. Okay. Yeah, you start looking. I mean, there's a bunch of them, right? So, but as you're kind of looking through them, you can tell that 2 of them actually have the 2 that are humming. You can tell that by looking at the side of the thing, the way that the stasis is set up, that the people inside are dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And you can see that one of them has white markings, the other black. In the black marked pod, I mean they're both dead. The one in the white, the person just kind of laying there. In the black one though, the person seems to, let's see, I'll write to you. The black pod is the corpse in the black marked pod is twisted in quiet agony, and frozen fingers have clawed in vain against the lid. Loose objects and pieces of clothing also seem to have attempted to escape and are frozen to the lid in a strange manner.
The more I see, the angrier I get,
Yeah.
darling.
Is there nothing? I mean, I suppose there's no way to sneak this creature out, is there? I know I'm probably just talking silly, but
Oh, I don't. Depends on where this other door goes, I suppose. I'm tempted to set her loose on the party guests upstairs, but that would be mean.
yeah, if you're gonna die, at least die. My understanding of these creatures is that they're warriors. At least let them die fighting. She may not last very long, but
Well, some of the guests upstairs are probably innocent.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there's
don't
an
think
old
that would be
saying
good.
that someone used to tell me that if you can, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's something about you can be built guilty by way of your inaction. If they stand for it and allow it, then they're not exactly not guilty either. But this may not be the time for philosophical debates.
well, I have a feeling that most of the party guests don't know this is happening, so
Yeah.
I'm just angry.
You
That's
should.
all.
It's understandable.
Well, at least your niece isn't here. That is a good thing.
It's a very good thing. It's not her, right?
No, definitely not.
Please not be her.
Say,
Actually, no, it's not.
yeah, okay. So if it's her, you're gonna get a lot of darkness points.
Well, we found her. All right, let's go back. No, that's not her. It is an unknown person. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do? You got the currently the Necra is eating. It's kind of ignoring you because it has food, at least for now. You can see that most of the stasis pods are all but two. These two that were on are empty, but these two have dead bodies in them.
Right.
There's a very large door that crane kind of goes right up against. The ceiling crane, and then of course there's the door that you came in from. And I'm assuming that. Go ahead, Crystal.
I'm curious. Does this cage have like an electric lock or like a mechanical lock?
It's a simple code lock. It's a
Could
mechanical lock, so it's like a press 4 buttons.
does Cyrus believe that she could like write some kind of code that would let this creature out like after we've left, like open at midnight?
It's just it's a mechanical lock, so probably not.
Oh, it is mechanical. I thought you said it was
push
like
button.
a simple.
Yeah, it's a code lock, so it's like you
Okay.
press the buttons. It's like a push
Yeah,
button
okay.
lock. It's not
like code, I thought like when you said code, I thought like programming.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
But well, could I still do that though? Like, could I still like find a way to like mix some wires with something like with like a time device or
buttons.
something that would like let it open at a certain time?
So I think what he's trying to say is it's like literally a padlock, like a master, like the kind you would buy today. It's just got buttons on it instead of a dial. You have to push certain buttons. So
There's
you'd have
nothing
to,
electronic on it. I don't.
Oh,
Right.
okay. All right.
You'd have to build
Got
like
it.
a little
Okay.
robot to push the button.
I'm showing
Yeah.
my age. You don't remember code blocks? Oh, it's so the person who wrote this. At
Well,
least that's what
no.
I assume they're talking about.
No.
Yeah, it's exactly what Russian describing. It's like a little box, and you push. Yeah,
Okay, I
in a
get
certain
it.
order.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But it's
Like I
done
just I keep
mechanically.
thinking
So
like
you'd have
electronic
to
printers.
build
Okay.
something that was like a robot. Exactly what Rush said. You could build a little robot to
Yeah.
do it.
Which
Okay.
would be
Yeah, I
awesome.
got you. I got you.
But
That would be pretty awesome. Actually.
Yeah.
No.
Did you guys find enough or have any evidence on the tabula that we could show the judge that we're working for?
I'm not sure what I found. I just know that whatever I found it. Because I had a critical. You never did tell me what was on it.
Yeah, I did. I read the whole thing,
Yeah,
which
Yeah,
I will
did
read
you?
again.
yeah, he did.
I'm sorry.
I will read it again. It contains
All right, I'm an
miscellaneous
idiot.
notes about stasis units and spare part orders, as well as a manifest listing all pods that pass through the palace. The manifest lists 25 pods with black markings, of which 6 have been classified as damage in transit. 13 white marked pods are included, and 4 show damaged. Let's see. The manifest also states that 52 slave Sojis are like inhabitants of the planet. Slaves have been delivered from a tier to Leod as compensation for the damaged goods.
Right. Okay, I do remember that. I thought that was you were reading that to Amira and Saeed from something they had found.
Oh,
We
Totally
all
my
That's fine.
apologies on that one.
That's fine.
we all must be tired tonight.
It's fine. There's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah. You read it back, and so you see that. I mean, clearly it shows that right, these stasis pods have been coming in and out. So that's, I guess, what you were told or what you had assumed or whatever. Now you have the actual physical proof that they have come in and out here. Though it doesn't show where they're going from here.
Right. Still, Akuba might be
Yeah.
interested in that. Yep.
she would be. Should we check out the next door?
Which one? The one through the garage or the one in the apartment?
I was thinking the garage.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
Okay. This
We're
one,
looking
I
for
mean, you don't have to make
stasis
any kind of technology check for it, but it is actually, it's like a switch, so it goes up automatically. It's basically like a garage door. So you press the button and it goes up. And you are looking out into basically the waterway that runs under the palace. But there's basically a like a set of loading docks and water. And you can see, although it's nighttime, so you can't really see much, but if you look down, you can see that there's a boat or whatever could get in and out of here pretty easily.
okay. Well, we
Well,
know a good
maybe,
way to get out of here then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it does say somewhere about that, but I know that's what it is. I can tell by the map. Yeah, it's Stone Pier. Yep. One of Dignitary City's many canals diverted from the canal. There you go. Ramasha through the tunnel beneath the palace. So yeah, it's a tunnel basically. It's probably. I mean, you'd have to swim. You would imagine. It's not like you can walk through it. Obviously, because boats go in it, but it's not tremendously deep. But you certainly could swim through it. I'm assuming you can all swim.
Are there no boats like on this side?
No, there's no boats here.
Well,
This is, I
certainly
mean, you could
nice to-
surmise that this is clearly at one point was used as a way to bring goods in and out. This is probably a storage area down here originally that's been converted into a living space.
Well, shall we go check out the apartment space?
Yes.
Maybe they'll have a weapon or two. I'm feeling a little naked.
That's true. Yeah. So you go back into the small apartment. It's as you left it. As you can open that other door in the interior door. It's not locked or anything. And you are looking into a room that is. This module is funny because it numbers everything on the maps, but the description does not have numbers. Let's see. Next to the open garage door's main works. Okay, second door. So that's this door. leads to a storage room for spare parts that also contains a toilet and shower. So this, well, that's a funny way they wrote it. So basically, you open up the door, and to your left, you see a small like bath area, so toilet and shower. It's a small room, and then forward in front of you, you see just shelves and tables that seem to have boxes and other types of like gears and various. I mean, you have to inspect if you want to know exactly what it is, but you can see it's like spare parts and stuff. And on your right, about halfway down the room, there's another door.
It just occurred to me that the girl that we were looking for earlier, she definitely came down here. Like I saw her, but there's no boat here, so she must have slipped out from here for some reason.
Or she's down further.
Maybe.
Could be.
Possible.
Or she's on one of the other floors.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably about. I mean, by the time between the time you saw her going in this direction and now is probably half an hour, 45 minutes has gone by. I mean, by the time you guys go down here,
Yeah.
you would anybody like your character's an engineer, Crystal, so you would see that mostly what's here are kind of standard, ordinary spare parts. If you kind of look around the stuff for various, ordinary things. You know how they keep things generic here, so they're not advanced spare
These
parts. They're
are
ordinary spare
all
parts.
ordinary spare parts for ordinary things.
So you go down to the other door.
It's kind of
Take
a
a
regular
listen.
door, also not locked. It's an interior door.
Okay. Take a listen. If it's quiet, I'll open it.
Okay. Do observation.
Observation.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, no, that's medication.
Oh
Uh,
no.
yeah, you don't hear anything.
Okay, I'll open it.
It's quiet. Okay. All right, so door behind the shelf. It says behind the shelf, but that's not how the map looks. Enters into a small workshop. The workbenches in here are covered in parts. You see some, also, you can see like piles or stacks of ammunition. You see various tabulas spread out around the room, like on different tables. And you see schematics like tacked to the wall. There's a locker on one wall. And probably more importantly, there is a woman standing there. I'm just going to show you the entire space now so you can. I feel like that way you can understand what this looks like, because I feel like you probably understand what it looks like, but
Yeah.
because I am extra nice, I will show you the picture. But anyway, so basically she turns around. She didn't hear you because she's busy in her work. She has like a that's what I was going to show you, not the map, but the picture of the woman. Da, 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 da. You have to encounter her here because the picture of her is working in her workshop. So no matter what, I would have had to show you this picture. So it actually worked out well. Let's see. There it is. There she is. Yeah. So she looks up. She's working on a stock of, looks like a stock of a Vulcan carbine. For some reason, they show tons of guns on the walls, but that's actually not. Those are just parts. They're not guns. Because she doesn't have that many guns in here. She does not have that many guns in here, according to the write-up. But you see what she looks like. She has a little candle burning, and she says, pretty calmly, she puts down the piece that she's working on, and she looks up and she kind of says, I wasn't expecting any deliveries.
Said, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Perhaps we got our communications mixed up.
Yes, probably. But what are you looking for? You notice that she actually roll observations if you notice. Everybody can roll observation because it's everybody can probably see her because you're all staring at her. Wow, you guys are not. So Cyrus, you notice that she's got this tabula in front of her. She kind of like looks with the corner of her eye, and kind of like swipes up, and then you can see that she looks a little bit. She suddenly gets a little bit of like a nervous look in her face, and then she says, "Oh," and also Dimitri sees that, and then she kind of like puts the tools down. She kind of sits back on her chair, and she says, "Well, perhaps you should let me know what you need. I could probably help you out here."
I'm looking for a very specific unit.
Oh, well, I could interest you in a beautiful carbine, but turnaround is not quick, as everything is handmade here. Only the finest. Normally, people would set an appointment first. I'm guessing, 'cause she looks at how you're dressed fancy, that you're at the party. Um, but perhaps we should set up a meeting for another time.
So yes, but I understand that you're the best, and I figured I was a little bored with the party, and I figured while you were here, I had seen you earlier. I thought I would give you a visit.
Oh, well, welcome. I'm sorry I don't have any tea or anything, as I wasn't expecting anybody. But so you're interested in a carbine?
What do you have in sidearms?
Oh, well, I mostly am working on some crickets right now. Concealable, quiet, reliable.
I see. How concealable are they?
Oh, well, let me show you. And she kind of gets up and she walks over to the locker. She turns her back to you so you can't see her putting her code in, like an ATM machine.
Yeah.
She, boop, boop, boop. She kind of opens it up. She comes out with a Vulcan cricket pointed at you. And then she says, "Pretty small. No?" And she tosses it to you. And then closes the thing. I'm assuming you catch it, hopefully. It's expensive.
Yeah. Yes, I'll catch it.
Yeah. You catch it. I mean, you're a soldier. You immediately know that it's not loaded when she tosses it to you.
Right.
It is probably about half the weight of any cricket you've ever had held in your hand.
But I see. I said this is a very fine workmanship.
Mhm.
Could you get like maybe about 6 of these?
Sure. She kind of goes back to her tabula. She looks and she says, "Well, I mean, again, I do all the work myself, so it will take a little while, but we could get 6 crickets. Sure. Probably be
Yeah.
about 8 weeks."
Okay. Now I was interested in what were you hauling in those stasis containers out there?
A small smile crosses her face. She says, "Ah, we get right to it, I guess."
I am not one to mess around. As you
See.
can tell, I prefer to be a little direct.
I like that. She walks up and she puts her hand out for the cricket.
How much is for this one?
This one is not for sale, as it already has a buyer.
I see. Do you have one that I could have now?
I do not.
You do not. I see.
Yes, unfortunately.
That is disappointing.
Yes, well, take some time.
I'll hand it back to her.
Mm-hmm. She takes it and she just like sets it down on the thing behind her. Well, and she leans against it. She says, "So, what is in the stasis pods is the business of Leod, not mine.
I see. He said, but obviously you work on them, right?
I was hired to ensure that those transported were transported in good condition. Unfortunately, uh, some reached me already in terrible state. So,
Ah, that's a pity. Said, and do you move a lot of them?
uh, not many. I mean, again, it's not really my business.
Right. It just surprises me with your forte being weapons that you would get yourself caught up with a slaver. But who am I to
Yeah.
judge, right?
Yeah, you actually notice that she actually like flinches a little bit when you say that. She says, "Well, we must do the work we are given, I suppose."
That is true. One must do what they have to do.
Hmm. Yeah.
I look,
So
I look back at the rest of the crew
right.
because my trigger finger is getting itchy.
Um, I would don't do anything rash, darling.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually roll manipulation, sorry, Mike, to see like how much of her armor you broke through with her.
I mean, you could just see that gleam in my eye. That
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of like my hand on your arm.
no,
Now she doesn't seem to be swayed by your
not at all.
not so far. No.
Yes.
She looks, yeah. So, if you'd like to put in an order, I could provide you with the crickets. As I say, they are fine quality, and
You have
she
nothing
goes,
I can take now.
no, she picks up the one that you had, she had given back to you, or you had given to her, and she walks over to the locker again. But leave me your information, and I will enter a deposit, and we will get the weapons to you. Anything further, you would need to speak with Leod, for it has nothing to do with me.
I see.
And you are your name again?
Smiles. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we were not so formally introduced. And she kind of does like a little bow, and she says, "I am Jar Jar. I thought you knew, since you were in the market for weapons, right? That's why you came here."
Yes, I'm sorry, darling. I did not introduce you properly. Only the best from her.
Right. Right. Okay.
So yeah, she says, "Yeah, if you want to transfer, I prefer a anonymous tag with the bear. These would be, let's see, 1,400 a piece. You want 6, right? So 3. You have a trustworthy face. I'll take 4,000 as a deposit.
As a deposit. And how much for the Nectra out there?
Oh, I don't deal
Or is
in
that not yours
flesh.
either?
I do not deal in flesh trade. That's
Oh, that's right.
that's Leod.
I forgot.
Hmm.
That was beneath you.
Well, we must have standards.
Right. Right. It must be hard to sit in here and have the stink of humans be this close to you.
She looks at you inquisitively. I think you smell just fine.
Thank you. Yes.
She closes the locker back up towards you,
Yep.
and she goes back to her table. You can make an observation. Everybody can.
One
Anybody?
success.
One.
Weren't
Okay.
you in the military?
Oh man.
One success.
Okay. You think she's got like these like green robes on, which are kind of loose fitting and stuff, and she has like long sleeves. But you notice that like when she walks back over, like one of her hands is kind of like a bit hidden in the sleeve, and then she goes back behind the table, and she says, perhaps come by tomorrow with the tag. I'll take your word on it for now, though. I have to finish this carbine anyways tonight. I guess you could find your own way out.
All right. I'll say, I don't believe you're an evil person, Jar Jar. I was told you tried to help. You must know what you're dealing with here cannot last. Will be found out.
Again, looks at you for a second. Go ahead, roll manipulation.
Okay. These. 1, 2, 3.
A critical. Nice. All right.
Oh,
Well,
it is 12 dice.
she looks at you very, very, her gaze is fixed, very strong, like unyielding, and then you see it break a little bit, and she looks down and she says, "Huh, if only that bastard could get taken away, then I would be free."
I assume you speak of Leod.
Yes, I found myself in some serious problems after my accident, and became very much indebted to the man. Now he keeps me indentured here, doing his bidding. I won't claim to be innocent. I've done things that I am not proud of, but that man, and she shakes her head.
Yes, we all have. Why don't you tell us how we can help get you out of the situation and tell us what's going on so that we have friends who can possibly help.
You could help get me out of here. Questions?
Yes. I can't guarantee there will be no consequences, but it'll be better than this.
Yeah, she takes a deep breath and she says, I can lead you to them.
Them?
The mystics. The people that were taken, the people who bought them.
All right. If you can help with that, I promise on my ship, and I will do my best to help you and put in good words for you with the right people if need be.
Well, ideally, there'd be no words with any people.
Well, sometimes there have to be words, and if there are, I'll do my best for you. But I will try to help you without that.
Okay, she nods. Well, since you noticed the pods out there, you probably noticed that some were marked with black crosses. Those seem to carry people that are, as they say, mystics or who have the mystic's disease. We never take them out of stasis. That's why I was hired, to check their life signs and make sure that they were fine before they moved on to their final destination, Sul Mahala, the Grand Palace of the Sultramashers. Let's see. You'll probably know about that, but actually, I'll go ahead and roll culture, and I'll just...
Okay.
Anybody who has culture can roll it.
One,
Okay.
two.
Also
Yeah.
one.
So you've heard of it. Essentially, it was a very large, like palace complex. It was a very a very populous place, and there was a dam collapse. Some think because it wasn't properly like maintained or done, taken care of. Basically, the government screwed up, and a lot of people died, and it basically went underwater. Basically, got flooded. And then now it's basically just marshes, and there's a palace out there. So you've heard of this place. So it's not someplace that normal people would be living, that you would imagine, at least not that you've heard of. So she says that's where they're being sent. So yeah, she inspects the pods. And a tier's payment comes from Salama, who is on the Coriolis space station. Someone named Salama. But her job is the intermediary. So she checks, and if she claims they're okay, then a tier gets paid. And she's in charge of logistics. So she ships them out to the marshes, and she's actually gone out there twice, so she knows exactly where it is. She tells you. She can lead you there. If you're true to your word.
I am.
Apart from the stasis pods, they have also transported slave labor to the palace. Also anything in a white marked pod is separated and kept by Leod. That's his payment, basically. There's been a total of 6 deliveries of pods marked with black crosses. The first 4 contain 3 pods each, but the last 2 have been packed, 8 or 6 apiece, putting the sum total of 26 suspected mystics. And she doesn't open them, so she doesn't know, and they're not named, so she doesn't know if Nora's in there or not. Also, 50 Seogi and 13 people from Coriolis have also been sent to the palace, or reached the palace, and sold in the markets, or given to the Zenithian families as slaves, basically. Kind of like the boy that you saw, right? Leod calls the workers that transport the stasis pods the pallbearers. And all of them have gone missing. And she heard that at least one of them has been found dead, which is why he's paranoid, because he thinks that Leo's paranoid because he thinks people are coming for him. But most importantly, maybe for you, the last delivery, which was a couple days before, couple days ago contained special cargo. She was called down to Pier 58 to inspect it. And there were 12 stasis units at the warehouse when she arrived, of which 8 were marked black. The transparent lid of the pod in question was painted over, so she couldn't see into it. And she was only allowed to inspect using the tabula. She also thought it was strange because that pod's coolant system had a backup battery attached to it, unlike the rest. And Salama's orders to a tier regarding the pod explicitly stated that it be shipped directly to the marshes and not to the palace first. But then the rest of the pods were brought to the palace. So basically, one pod never went to the palace and through Leod's hands. It went straight to the marshes.
Okay.
I think that's all she knows. Oh. All right. Well, you already know about the Bay Basins and stuff. And Salama Akhabad. So Salama Akhabad, who you've heard before, I'm pretty sure you've heard that before, was the contact on the Coriolis space station, and a tier who you killed. It was the guy down here. Yeah. That's all she's got for you. Yeah. And she tells you that, Leod is paranoid because apparently no more are being shipped and people are ending up dead, which also she's also a little bit nervous. Which is why she wants to get the heck out of Dodge.
Yes. Well, he's been doing this kind of work. He probably has a reason to be paranoid. I look at Saeed, I say, you thinking that pod is what I'm thinking that pod was?
I'm thinking that pod is what we think that pod is.
Yep.
I gotta
I don't
say,
want
I'm
to say
definitely
emissary
thinking
in
that
front of
pod.
her. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it sounds like our orphanage is getting bigger.
Yes, we seem to collect strays, but that's okay.
No.
I'm sure Cyrus and her could learn from each other if she decides to.
Yes.
Okay. So we need to go. We need to go find these pods.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you know, Jaja, is Leod, what's the Order of the Pariah? Is he affiliated with that in any way?
She thinks. No, definitely not.
Okay. Because we know they're involved. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything about that. She doesn't. That she says that seems very out of character if he is.
They must be using him somehow. Okay.
Just money.
So she
Yep.
she gets a wide smile on her face, and then she brings her hand up really quickly and throws at Saeed, or to Saeed, at the cricket. And you can feel that it's a little bit heavier now as it is loaded.
Make a dexterity
thank her.
check to make sure you don't drop it.
Yeah, and she walks over to the locker and she says, "Well, are we leaving?"
Yes.
Yes.
All right. She nods. She says, "I know nothing of the. Well, I should say. I want you to know that I am not involved." As she goes over to the locker and starts opening it up again, I was not involved with the torture of the beast. That is Leod's pleasure. And she shakes her head. And she opens the locker. In there, she has another Vulcan cricket, which she takes and pockets it. And she also has a Vulcan carbine, which is pretty awesome. And she takes that and she puts it on the table and she goes over and gets a case and puts it in a case. And she pulls out another box and she says she's got a file. It's like a tag. She says this has information on a smuggler from Little Lago. Dara Asira. You will find that they ship contraband, or they bought some illegal arms from me, and I believe it could be connected to some things that happened on the Coriolis space station. So if I need to buy my way out with the law, so to speak, this might be good. And she puts. So
Yes.
she basically tells you that she shipped them. Let's see. Weapon, basically ammunition, special ammunition. She says, disguised as medical equipment, and she also tells you that Salama Abad, who was on the Coriolis space station, purchased 10 Vulcan carbines, 4 protective vests, and several cases of the special ammunition. She calls it the special ammunition, but it's the stuff that was the super quiet stuff that you guys discovered. And then more ammunition later on. Yeah.
The stuff that we saw in the apartment.
That was
Yeah.
all found scattered throughout the walls and the
Okay.
and when the emissary was taken. Yeah. And also your pistol is loaded with it. Just so you know. Well, Sprite tells you that. Saeed.
Woohoo.
So it's basically, even though it's a Vulcan carbine, cricket rather, it is silent. And she puts that in there, she closes it. She looks around at the various gun parts and unfinished things, and she looks down at a tablet, she types something in and swipes it, and you see all the other tabulas like go black. And then she takes the one she has and she sticks it in her bag. And she says, all right. I guess it's time for a change.
Yes, change is good.
Yep.
Reinvention is good.
We'll try to make it the best. Well, what do you think? Should we go for a swim or go for a stroll?
And yeah, her
Oh.
eyes get big. She's like, we can just walk up. We don't need to go in the water. Or if you want to go for a swim, you certainly can. So I'll meet you outside. She kind of starts to walk towards the door.
I think at this point we should probably follow her.
Well, I didn't know how paranoid she was. So
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
no,
was
no,
also
no,
gonna
no, no, no. She's fine for now. Yeah, she's yeah. I mean,
Okay.
She says I can come and go as I please, but once Leod finds out that I've told you what I've told you, I certainly won't be coming back.
right.
I guess there's just nothing we can do for the poor Nakra, is there?
You could let it free.
Yeah.
I think Nakras can swim.
Well, I hate to think of it just dying in that cage.
Yeah.
Well, we won't be able to get it out unless you want to try. I mean, you can if you have a plan. I'm all for it.
Oh no,
I
we
don't.
can't. No.
Yeah.
I go over to the cage and
Could I gearhead? Gearhead lets me use make a one-time item that can be used for a specific purpose.
Okay. To do what? To
Uh,
sneak the creature out.
no. I'm sorry. Can I do gearhead to make a robot that will open the lock later?
Yeah. I mean, you can do that. Why not? I mean, you just also just open it yourself right now, if you want to.
I was just going to take him to the water and see if she could swim.
Yeah,
Let her
I mean,
go.
I can open it if you wanna try to talk to her, Amira. She did respond positively to you earlier. Or
Okay.
I could maybe try using this workshop to make up a little device real quick that could open the lock once we've left.
I mean, I don't think we should take that kind of time. If you want, we can just let her out.
Yeah, I mean, Jar Jar says she won't go in the room because if she does, then the creature's gonna get riled up. But if you explain to her that it was calm, that um yeah, it's dark out. She doesn't see any reason why it couldn't escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I'll go open the lock if I can. Do I need to roll anything?
I'll come with you though. I mean, just
Yeah, if Amira
Yeah.
goes with a critical success, it's fine. I mean, the creature doesn't immediately. I mean, it immediately like goes into the corner scared. But if you open the cage, it doesn't come out right away. It won't come out until you like walk back away, and then when you do, if you leave that garage door open, it'll just run out. You would imagine, or it'll follow you. One or the other. One way or the other, it won't be in the cage anymore.
Mhm.
But yes, you can release that. We don't want to leave the poor Necra in there. So yes,
No, we
she is.
don't.
Yes, Narsh is free.
Narsh.
Yep, that was the Necra's name. Narsh. Nar''sh. Narsh. He was really tortured. It's terrible. But yeah, you've set her free, so now you've done a good act. You've also set free the gun maker.
it might be
Yeah,
handy to know a gun maker at some point.
indeed it might be, especially since she knows the way to the bad guys. So yeah, you guys come back up. I mean, she's again, she's not worried about being seen because she's allowed to walk around the palace, and she just kind of leads you back to the elevator and goes back up the same way you guys went, and you kind of resurface back up in the party, kind of poke your head through, and you can see now that it's a little bit more quiet, and actually, Leod is actually standing by the head tables. He's walking, kind of walking over to the steps to basically give a speech as he's walking up. And he says, "I gotta get I had to practice some for hours here. Actually, I haven't read it yet, so we'll see how this works out." He says, Leo walks over and over to the steps leading down from the here tables. He looks out across the room and raises his hands towards the Din Ramas in a welcoming gesture. So not this. That's welcoming, right? Honored guests, an accord has been signed. Dabravan and Zenith shall become one. Ours will be a line courtesans will sing of for centuries to come. This is the beginning of something new, a beautiful, more harmonious horizon. Witness, friends, the miracle we call unity. Let's see. As Aidan Din Rama rises with clenched jaws and sullen face to acknowledge the legality of the contract, so clearly, he's marrying his daughter down, right? Leod suddenly slumps forward in a convulsive spasm. A bloody saliva sprays across the floor as he gasps for air, and he stumbles towards his bodyguards but falls on the floor. He hits his head hard on the steps, and the pool of blood quickly begins to spread across the white marble. The nobleman's house guards lunge towards the stairs as the rest of the guests let out a collective scream. And the wealthier partygoers' bodyguards get information around their clients. As Leod's guards near their master, they also suddenly fall to the ground, turning the elevated platform by the head tables into a massacre as blood splatters across the white linen. Akuba Kosha, who you guys know, gets into cover behind a nearby column, and she sees you, and she shouts for you to do the same. The bulk of the crowd start to flee towards the exit. Leod lies alone and bleeding in the steps, stretching a trembling hand towards you. And I think we'll leave it there. So,
Well, it's a party now.
Yeah. Cyrus, when they get down, she says, if only he had remembered to like, comment, and subscribe to Bandit Keep Actual Play, he could have ring the notification bell and got updates for future adventures. But I guess it's too late for him now.
I guess it is. All
I'm
right.
told not to eat the curry.